Hello and welcome to that Peter Crouch podcast with me, Peter Crouch. Got Notorious SID and Chris Stark with me. We're all back together again, which is a great moment, very monumental moment, really. Sorry, we're rushing ahead with the podcast here just because Chris hasn't put his Instagram message out to the followers that he has to help him out. So we're rushing through this to get the predictions in.
Whereas I'm doing everything I can to slow down before we get into the predictions for today, because so far no one's replied.
You seriously had a proper flap there, haven't you? You literally was like, shit, oh, no. Like, you couldn't have done that any quicker. Are you so reliant now on the nation?
Yes, and it's working. It's a formula that works. I trust the process. So obviously I put it out on my Instagram and so many people reply, and then I just try and gauge sort of an average scores from them all, and then I make that my predictions, which you both of you said was fair enough.
No, the thing is we can't complain about it because we made that. It was.
I did have a complaint last week.
Yeah. But sometimes when you're losing, when you are losing, you go back on your word, don't you? Sometimes.
Got very brave when I wasn't here. What's this 11-ary stuff?
I did say no.
Quite a lot went on actually.
11-ary wasn't my shout, and I did say I'm not just saying this because Chris isn't here, but I did say it because you wasn't here as well.
Kind of made it more funny when you weren't here, to be fair, but I do feel maybe we should have been men and explained to you what that situation was. But as it stands, Chris, you are deservedly in the lead, 25 points. 23 points. I'm in second. Sid, you fell away a little bit, and there are some reasons as to why that happened. Would you like to explain?
I'm having a nightmare couple of weeks, aren't I? So I've been so close. I think the last 3 weeks I've had a goal in the last minute go in, which has dropped me from a 3 point to a 1 point.
It was brilliant.
And this week was Maddison at Spurs.
You had the 3-1.
Had the 3-1. Left at half time, went to have a nice Sunday roast, and it was 1-0 Villa. So I thought, it's done. And then my son goes, I said to him, check the results because the signal wasn't great in the pub. And he went, it's 3-1. Brilliant. I went, how long to go? 86 minutes, 4 minutes. I said, perfect. Then it comes up 10 minutes, injury time. And I knew I was done for.
Did you resign yourself?
I did.
The fact that you were done.
There's going to be a goal, isn't there? In them 10 minutes. And then...
it was so good.
Yeah. And then Maddison, there was a free kick. We was watching it live on his phone, and Maddison, free kick. And I thought, he might score this. And then what killed it was the alert come up on the Sky alert.
Oh, no.
That comes before, because obviously there's a delay.
While you're watching the game.
Come up, Maddison goal, 4-1.
There's a few things to say on that. Firstly, on that notification thing on phones, I think we need to... I don't know how it works. I assume there's someone in every stadium that fires off the score. Must be, right? Because it can't do it automatically. I'd love them to just slow down a minute. Love them to slow down, because if people are relying on notifications, they don't need to be immediate, do they?
It feels like they're so immediate as well.
Well, I get what you're saying, but they do.
They don't.
They don't if you're watching it on a delay on the app, if that makes sense. Like
That's
I
what
was.
I mean. If you're watching on the app, this is my thing. You're being punished, aren't you? Because the notifications are coming in and ruining your enjoyment of the game.
Because also, quite often you're watching on the same phone as the notifications on it. Whereas if it's a TV, you can put your phone aside, but you can't not look. And then what are you going to do? Have to turn all your notifications off while you're trying to enjoy a match?
Yeah, it weren't good.
I would actually like to know how it works. Like, if you are listening to this and you are someone that does this job, if it is, as I'm imagining it, someone in the stadium fires off the score, or if you're in charge of sending notifications on any of these apps, let us know. And I guess what we'd like you to do is maybe just calm down a minute. Like, it doesn't need to, do you know what I mean? Have a bit of
relax, man.
Just think about everyone else, because it's infuriating.
It is infuriating.
Yeah, quite often, if you fire it off that early, do you know what I mean? No one's enjoying it. You've got to take your time, slow down, relax, be tender with it.
They'll get the notification. Do you know what I mean? They'll get the score. Just slow it down. On the Maddison,
everyone enjoys it, don't they?
Well, it's just better for everyone.
On the Maddison goal, yeah.
On the Maddison goal, it was amazing, right? So Pete, you'd predicted 2-1 Tottenham win, right? I'd gone for a Villa win, so I knew I was screwed at this point. Pete was then on 2-1. I was thinking, God, come on, like, I really need them to score. Then it gets to 3-1. I'm thinking, shit, Sid's is in a good position here. So then I've got to be honest, from a very bitter point of view, I was willing it. I was willing that extra goal to go in. And I had nothing to gain from that situation, nor did Tottenham, really.
No.
And yet that unnecessary fourth goal has lost you big points.
But
this week.
were you
brilliant.
really excited? Because obviously I think I had the 2-1, didn't I?
Yeah.
And then obviously it went to 3-1. And so you were in a real precarious position there.
Yeah, at that
He was
point, I'm
buzzing.
just willing
You
another.
are-
The fourth was
You
just
celebrated that goal.
unbelievable.
You celebrated
Did
that
you
goal.
actually?
I did celebrate it.
Yeah, I know. I love Madders, and it was a great goal, and full respect for him for doing that. But
Have you told him that he screwed you over?
no.
Tricky one. to
I'm a
put
big man. I
message
will
in.
just go. Well, listen, Chumbawambar, I'll be better. I've got to come back stronger. I'm in a little bit of a lull, but I will have a resurgence.
3 on the bounce for you that you've lost out.
Yeah.
And no.
Well, I think it's happened to you before, is it? This season where they've scored a few last minute, and I think I've give you a bit of stick for it. So I'm worthy of that. I'll come back stronger.
Certainly will, mate. Yeah, I was looking at Forest as well. Like that, like obviously that was one of the results. Won again, Chris Wood again.
Yeah.
You know, it feels like he's friend of the pod, as we've talked about him many a time here. And they're up to third
In the Premier League.
Wow.
They've got Wood. And it's a massive Chumbawambar from them. I mean, it's absolutely huge from them, isn't it? I mean, we're all
I
excited
think plenty
about
of them have.
Yeah.
It's they're third in the league. Why wouldn't you?
It's exciting times at Forest, isn't it?
Everyone's excited.
Oh wow.
Oh God. Okay, and Tottenham. Obviously, you see Timo Werner scored. As soon minute we mentioned him, he went and scored against Manchester City. Shame he didn't start again on the weekend. I thought I was a bit gutted about that. You know, would like to have seen him, getting the ascendancy, but lots of people got in touch with saying that Werner's, it's all turned to gold since we mentioned him.
Yeah. I wonder why that happens. Sometimes as a striker, if someone's desperate for a goal, which he was, he's got a goal. You want to give him a
Play him again.
a run.
Yeah,
I know obviously
economy's-
Son's back, and
Yeah, it does.
didn't seem happy though. Son, did he, when he come off?
No,
didn't look happy at all.
Didn't seem happy. No.
I think fair play to Postecoglou there, because he's just obviously doing what's right for the team.
Yeah,
He
and
come out after and said it was going to be that time frame and that was it. But still, I think he would like to have got him on the score sheet and played better as well.
But you know what? Great! What a fantastic result! Great turnaround from Tottenham.
Didn't see it.
Didn't see that one coming.
No, not
well, I didn't
half-time.
see it before the game, but I thought they played well. Spurs.
Yeah,
Deservedly won, I would say.
yeah. Half time, I didn't see it. Not coming back 3-1.
Just on the Timo thing, do you think, obviously we threw support behind him to Chumbawambar to come back stronger, and then he scores that goal. That's pretty amazing. Do you think there is anything in the power of positive thought? Because we've obviously got a lot of people listening to this podcast. Is there anything in it? Did you ever have Uri Geller come and...
It's the
visit
Uri
you
Geller
and
factor, right?
that sort of thing.
You know, I think there is something about people getting behind someone. You know, I think it's a different story if, like, within that stadium, if you feel as I have done this season, at times when you've received the ball or had a chance, there is a negative feeling within the ground. And I've been next to people, and I think everyone's trying to help him for a difficult time. But there is negativity in that ground. Whereas if I felt like if there's more positivity, we could help him become the player he was at Leipzig.
We manifested it, didn't we? We got it going for him, and it happened. So, I mean, is there anybody else? Is there anybody else that's lacking maybe in goals or confidence as a striker, especially, that you might want to?
I don't know. I wonder with this. I wonder because occasionally when it feels right, there's a right set of circumstances, we get involved with them as a podcast, and then magical stuff happens. I don't know if you can force this. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know if you can force it. I don't know if maybe what we need to do is maybe throw it out there and just get people to, be on the lookout. Just have a little look around yourself. Give us a few candidates, people that really are due a Chumbawambar, Maybe we can take a look at them and sort of,
Gary O'Neill springs to mind. At Wolves, difficult starts of the season. Someone that we could potentially get on, even to chat about things. It's one of those things. When you haven't won games, you don't like to do the media and things like that, do you? But I'd love to have him on.
Yeah, I like Gaz.
And maybe perhaps we can because that's a matter of time for me. It's a matter of time before they start winning again.
Yeah, they're on a fine line, aren't they? There's been games where they've played well and just not got it over the line. They need to get a few just over the line to get a momentum. And
because they're more difficult. the longer it goes, like the harder it is
Yeah.
to get out. Obviously, you know, teams are winning games now. You know, Southampton haven't won the other day as well.
I've got one for you. Potentially sort of out there nomination for someone who used the Chumbawambar. Damien Duff. Have you seen this?
I was in Dublin the night before.
Were you?
Yeah.
Have you seen this, Crouchy? Have you seen this phone call?
No, I haven't seen the phone call, no.
So Duff is the manager of Shelbourne.
Yeah, I knew he was there.
Yeah, and they had a game on Friday night, was it?
I think so, yeah.
To win the league. For the first time in a long time, isn't it? To win the league. Anyway, he's won the league, so you can imagine all the celebrations after. Q.
Yeah. So what's happened is he's excited and he's attempted to put a call into Mourinho. But I'll play this video, and the question is, will Mourinho answer or not?
If he doesn't answer, I'll put Monkey in the whip tomorrow, yeah? Let's see what he thinks of me. What's the song, yeah? What is the song? Jose Mourinho. Let's see. 500 quid on the boy. Please don't answer. I want to know. He's like, who's this? It's raining. Foreign ringtone. I told you they did. Monkey it is. Oh, Monkey it is. And the rest. Good chance. Monkey. I'll go double or quits on the next one. I'll go doubles in a minute.
Sadly, doesn't happen.
Built it up massive.
But Sid,
I genuinely thought that was going to be him.
Do you know why he called him? Because Jose left him a message in the week, the team. So the build up to the last 2 or 3 weeks, Duff has reached out to a few inspirational leaders and stuff, and they had a few from the weeks before, and then that, instead of doing team talks and analysis on the other team, he literally just took him into a room and got a video call or a message sent from these people, and that's why he went to call him as probably a thank you for getting him over the line.
didn't answer,
That was what it
annoyingly.
was. He didn't.
what a
I don't know
shame.
what happened on the second phone call. No, but I don't think I've got his current number. Jose.
I had a FaceTime off him, didn't I? Do you remember?
did, that's right.
That was a weird one. No
Was
one
it
was going
press
around. I was coming to like or something. Didn't we say something on here about me going back to Spurs or
Yeah.
something? And he was at Spurs at the time. And
Yeah.
he just finished his press conference, and I got a call off Tony, who was the obviously press guy at Spurs, and he just said, "Big man," it's like, "Do you want? Yeah, we'll have you back. Whatever, come back."
Did fancy.
I fucking did fancy him.
She
Yeah.
did.
But he was fucking laughing his head off. All right, firing into what about Manchester United? He's done all right, Ruud Van Nistelrooy, I have to say. The way they played, they look better.
Yeah.
Although Amorim is taken over.
Yeah.
He's got the international break there to work with the team, isn't he?
Yeah.
Which is the exact opposite of what we do usually during the international break. We fuck the team off and go away somewhere.
It's going to be an interesting one to see what he actually does when he gets in, because they were spoken about it on Sky on the weekend about, is he going to go in and just make the changes straight away, like with his formation? It's easy to do that when you've got pre-season under your belt, but he's doing it in season. So it's going to be a real testing time, this, for
Interesting one.
United.
Yeah, I think it was Paul Merson I heard talking about it. He was saying, at Man United, you have a draw and a loss in your first game, and you're under pressure already.
Yeah.
Like, that is how it works, literally. So you look at Arne Slot, I mean, obviously the way he's managed to come in there and just win games consistently. And it's a difficult thing to do.
Do you think the fans were heavily on side at the start, and does that make a big difference as well? They were talking a lot about the atmosphere in the first half, especially. Gary Neville made a big point about it. Was it Gary Neville? No, it wasn't. It was Jamie Redknapp made a big point about it. He basically said it was dead, you know, and I thought he was he went in quite big on that.
Well, he said it was like playing in COVID times.
That was it. Yeah.
Which is quiet, isn't it? And normally Old Trafford, they are good fans, especially at Stretford End. They get the team going.
But do you think this new manager will galvanise that feeling in the crowd and bring that with it?
Yeah, because they done it to Ruud to Ruud Van Nistelrooy in the week. When he come out, he got them going as well.
I think it does, but then, like I say, a draw or a loss,
Yeah.
and that's
Straight
right back to
normal.
how it was before. And then you're like, right, then it needs to come from you.
Yeah.
I just think it's a tough job, and you'd expect him to go in and there to be a bounce, but I think sometimes the players have to look at themselves, and I think like if you look at the amount of managers they've had over the course of however many years since Sir Alex Ferguson, they're not all bad managers, right? And I know that he's had money to spend as well, Erik ten Hag. So he's got his players in, and let's be honest, they've not performed. None of his
Crouchy,
signings.
how many Man United players is this going to be said with? Because I feel like this is such a common conversation with Man United that the players need to take responsibility.
Yeah.
And you do hear that a lot. And this isn't just this team. This is previous teams as well. All about the dressing room sort of revolutions and taking it away from the manager, getting the managers fired. It feels like something's got to stop there.
But also
Something's got-
you can't just kind of live off past glories. You know, you can't just look at Manchester United, biggest club in the world, one of the biggest clubs in the world. The players that they've had have been world class teams, recycled all consistently. You know, a new team will come in and you'll think, how can that be better than the last one? They're just not there anymore. That's not where they are. So, you know, there needs to be an element of realism as well. Like, doesn't matter how many managers you get, and you're still not as good as Manchester City or Liverpool or Arsenal. And it will take time for that to be the case.
Yeah, there'll be a lift, but that lift is a long way away from competing with the likes of Man City, especially, and Liverpool. Talking of them, Arsenal, Man City both dropped points, didn't they? Suffered defeats on the weekend.
Weird.
And Liverpool just grinded it out. Now, obviously, sitting pretty top of the league.
When I saw the results, I was like couldn't have gone any better for Liverpool.
I think it's mad. You just wouldn't guess, would you?
I actually predicted at the start of the season that they wouldn't finish the top four, right? Just because I thought of the Klopp effect and they was going to struggle and it was going to be a transitional season. But fair play to him. He's flying, isn't he? On a slot. And Liverpool are they? Would you say they're favourites now to win the league?
I don't know. They've kind of gone under the radar, haven't
That's
they?
what I mean. But now they're top of the pile, and I think they're out of the radar now. There's a lot of people talking about them.
I think this weekend is such a major challenge to this notion of it being a 2-horse race and an expectation that it will go further with those two teams.
Another question for you as well. Chelsea are now in fourth as well.
Yeah.
But can they get?
Well, what about Forest?
Can Forest stay in there?
You know,
Can Forest get in the Champions League?
Well, like, you know, these things can happen.
I think Chelsea are probably a season ahead of where they should be. If that makes sense. I think people would have seen this probably being next year. Maresca's first season in charge, still a really young squad.
but a lot of Chelsea fans hide behind that, I think, as well. Whenever Chelsea are playing well, they're like, well, it's not, it's, you know, they're almost a bit tempering of people's rhetoric around it.
I mean, let's be honest, he's done a great job, hasn't he? That manager.
It
It really has. That looked like it looked a difficult place to manage, didn't it? Like how he's come in and managed that has been first class, I think.
What about Arsenal fans then?
Don't talk to me about Arsenal.
No. Where's the positive, Sids?
I've actually had a few messages from a lot of people saying you're absolutely bang on, Sids, about the Arsenal fans. Well, they've had a tough period, haven't they? So if they lost to Newcastle, Bournemouth, and they dropped points against Liverpool. So,
But you know what? If you're going to be champions, you've got to come through that. You've got to come through that. And to quote this podcast, you've got to come back stronger.
Do you think Arsenal fans obviously can take some comfort in the fact that City dropped points, but are they ignoring Liverpool too much, generally speaking?
well, the whole spotlight around Liverpool at the moment was that they had an easier start than the rest. They're going now into their tough spell where they're playing obviously teams in and around them. So this will be the time where if they are to drop points, it'll be now. And I said at the start of the season as well, I think this will be a season where the top 4 or top 3, as in the big boys that are going to go for the league, will drop points. Not necessarily defeats, but I thought there'd be a few more draws because the gap has been closed. Whereas now, if Liverpool get through this and they get a healthy lead on the others, I don't see them coming back.
But didn't we say like isn't this season been like really like exciting? Like I think everyone said Man City. You know they've basically got a monopoly on it now.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden now we're starting talking, and listen, I still think Manchester City, like you say, can go on those ridiculous runs where they go and win it. But at least we're having a little bit of excitement now. Nottingham Forest in third. Chelsea have managed to get themselves up there. There's Villa, Brighton even.
Totally
if you go all the way down to like almost 12th, 13th, I think there's only 3 points between the top four from there.
Yeah.
So it's exciting.
Yeah.
Right, straight to the games. Next part of the podcast is supported by Paddy Power. Big weekend fixtures, Chelsea versus Arsenal. Arsenal are favourites for this. 11-8, tenner gets you 23.75 back. Chelsea are 9-5, tenner gets you £28. Even though Chelsea are at home and Arsenal, last 3 games have been struggling a little bit.
Yeah, surprising that they're favourites. I know Chelsea have only won one of the last 5 Premier League meetings between the clubs, but it's a big shout out. Arsenal favourites at Chelsea. Chelsea one of the top goal scorers in the league.
It's a different Chelsea now, I'd say, to as opposed to the last few years. And Arsenal, let's see where they are. It's like, mentality-wise, can they react to the setbacks they've had recently?
It's so tricky because with Arsenal, some of the setbacks have obviously been red cards. And that was probably the last of those last 3 games, maybe 3 games ago, was it? That kind of had a big bearing on that result. But the Newcastle game was just shit, basically, wasn't it?
Are you taking
the man away? Doesn't impress. He's not impressed.
I mean,
did they not impress you at all?
Well, no, it's not. I know you can't really say that. And it's probably why I'm not a pundit. But I just thought it was a bit shit. Sorry, weve got to talk about some of the noises you're hearing on this podcast.
Out there, honestly. What was that noise? Fucking Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
The drill, the car alarm. Just bear with it, everyone.
Yeah, bear with it, guys. We're trying our best here.
Yeah, I just thought that's what concerns me about that result. With other games, even though I think some of the excuses that, a lot of people sort of take the piss out of, Arsenal fans or Arteta, I do think they were better than the results that were coming their way. I'm aware how stupid that is a thing to say. But the last game, I didn't think they looked great.
Some goal, I thought that was.
Oh, yeah, it was. But
the cross from Andy Gordon and the header from Isak.
Great goal. Great header.
Beautiful.
You don't see a lot of them, do you? Like a cross absolutely on the button and a bullet header.
First time as well, no touch. Do you know what I mean? It was delightful.
It was nice. Palmer's on fire, isn't he? 7 goals in 9 Prem games at the time of recording this. So, I'm really stuck on this one, guys. I don't know what you lot are thinking or...
Well, you're normally quite negative about Arsenal on this podcast. So it's going to be a tricky one for you as well because of allegiances to both clubs.
I mean, I just always say it how I see it.
Of course.
Like you just told me, you said they were shit on against Newcastle.
Do you disagree?
What, that they were shit?
Yeah.
I feel like it's a bit...
Was that a bit harsh?
Just a tad.
I wouldn't say they were shit.
Just a tad.
I would say they underperformed. But
Potato, that though, isn't it?
Yeah, possibly. But I don't know. Chelsea, Arsenal.
Can I just step in because I'm confident.
Oh, go on.
Yeah. I fancy Chelsea to win this. And it's a big call because Arsenal, in recent history, obviously have been much better side than Chelsea. And I don't think Arsenal will fall away by any stretch. I just feel like this is a kind of game where Chelsea have nothing to lose. Like, really, I think Arsenal are a team that is challenging for the title. Chelsea aren't quite there yet, probably overachieving from what a lot of people expected. That's why I feel like players like Cole Palmer can get on the ball and make them tick. And I feel like Chelsea win this 2-1.
So you're saying Chelsea 2-1, which would mean, if that is the correct score or result, that Arsenal have lost 3 and drawn 1 in the last 4 games, which surely means that they cannot win the league. It can't, really.
Yeah, well, it all depends.
In terms of recent... as records go through the seasons. But so this is why this is a massive game for Arsenal. So you're going to go 2-1.
Yeah, so you feel that Arsenal might...
So do you want my
Change it.
prediction?
Yeah, I do.
I'm going to go Chelsea 2-0.
No, I feel like you're just shithousing Arsenal fans.
It is a bit negative, that, Sid.
I feel like you are now winding them up.
No. I honestly think Chelsea win this. What throws it is that stat that I just said there about if they lose it, I think I just can't see them winning the title this season. But I actually do think Chelsea win this. And I think it's going to be 2-0. I don't see Arsenal scoring. If they do, you know what happens.
Interesting.
I'm fucked.
He's fucked, yeah. Proper. All right, Chris, well, what you and the nation?
Oh, I know where he's going to go. He's definitely going to back Arsenal. 1,000,000%.
Well, I am, because I'm not as negative about Arsenal as you are. I did think that
Even
they
though
were.
you just said they play completely shit the other day.
but I totally agree with what you're saying. I think it seems unimaginable to me that they can lose that. It'll be on that sort of run. What was it? One draw?
One draw, three. It'd be one draw, three
losses with this. But that, I just can't see it happening. He'll have the light bulb out this week. Are we doing all that? I mean, they will double down. Pickpockets, the lot. He'll throw them all. Every day there'll be a difference.
Every single day.
Every day.
They'll be pickpocketed.
He's doing it all. Pickpocketing light bulbs. Like, it's going to be all...
Just every other day.
All combined. Like, all day, every day.
Just people actually coming into the house and taking light bulbs.
Stealing the light bulbs.
So what score are you going to go for?
So I did, obviously, I've had a few replies now because we've managed to waste enough time with the first bit of this podcast. So we've stalled well there. I'm actually going to go...
Steve stalled well.
I'm going to go 2-1 Arsenal.
2-1 Arsenal.
I'm going to back Arsenal here.
Right.
But I agree with what you're saying. I think they need it.
This could be a big game for us. It's a big turnaround. If me or you gets a 3-pointer and he goes the other way and you get the 1 point, it's a big,
it's massive.
It's a
Mate,
big.
all of these, every game's massive now.
Also, if Arsenal do get the result, then
Then you've both been negative to Arsenal publicly again, and you lose out on the points.
for the deflector here, absolute.
Deflecticon. Let's not forget, lads, we've got the Paddy's Boost. We each pick a leg of the bet builder. The odds on the bet builder will then be boosted by 20% and put on the special section of Paddy Power's website and app.
Yep.
I'm going to go with player to be carded, Caicedo
Yeah.
in midfield.
Yep.
I'm not sure. I would have gone for Enzo Fernandez, but I'm not sure if we play Lavia or him.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with that.
Okay.
Okay, cool. I'm going to go, so for player to score or assist, I'll go Palmer on this one. He's firing.
Nice. Yeah. Okay. I've got a player to be fouled one or more times. I'm going to go for Havertz playing against his former team.
All right. Remember, that's on the website. Odds are correct at the time of recording. Please gamble responsibly. Right, lads, let's jump into the next game. The next game is West Ham versus Everton. Tough one, this.
Yeah, really tough one.
Like, West Ham have had some pretty big results against them recently. Obviously, the Spurs one was disappointing. I was at that one. And obviously, Forest as well, 3-0. And I know Forest are flying high, but I think West Ham will put themselves in a place maybe alongside or even above them. So I think for West Ham fans, that would have been a heavy defeat.
Yeah, natives don't seem happy, I don't think, at West Ham at the moment. I think it's just the performances in general, really. It's like for West Ham, as long as you're showing commitment, as you're showing fight for the badge and that, like, they seem happy. But at the moment, it doesn't seem like it's being portrayed from the manager training ground onto the pitch. Just it's getting lost in translation somewhere.
Yeah,
for West Ham
they
especially.
spent a lot of money as well. And Forest, obviously, a difficult side to play against at the moment. But they created their own problems there, I thought. Adverse to that, I feel like Everton were turning things around. But having got beat by Southampton as well, they need to Chumbawambar this week.
Both of them do, don't they?
It's called El Sacchio or something, wasn't it?
Tells you the...
It doesn't feel there's that much positivity around.
In this
West Ham
game
at the
here
moment.
now, West Ham v Everton, no. It doesn't, is it? It's a huge game for both. I'm half sitting on the fence with this one, boys. Do you want me to go first on the prediction?
You can do.
I was going to go for
coming.
I was going to go for a draw. Now that the times in recent weeks that I've backed a draw, it's not come off. I've been close. But I'm going to stick to it. I think this is going to be a draw. I'm going to go 1-1.
Yeah, by the way, I'm going exactly the same.
Oh, so you're not even going to change? You're just going to go, I'm the same as you?
No, because that's where I've gone wrong every other time we've done this predictions thing. So I think it's going to be 1-1. So it'd be silly to change it.
This could go literally either way.
I feel like it's 1-1 as well, right?
Yeah.
But we can't all be. I mean, it's just boring.
We can.
We could, but it'd be quite boring.
Listen, I'm treating this whole season missionary for the whole thing. I've made this mistake.
Yeah, you have,
He is not here to
head and
entertain
heart.
anyone, is
No,
he?
he's not.
I've done silly 8-0s, 5-0s, and you
Yeah,
both
yeah.
laugh at the time, and then look what happens. You're
Yeah.
dressed as a
It's
cheerleader.
not funny.
It's not.
It happens.
Are you going missionary, leaving your socks on as well?
Oh, mate.
Oh, really?
There's no pleasure for anyone involved. I don't care what
anyone?
I don't care what either of you say. I'm going 1-1.
All right. Well, I'm going to throw a slightly new position in here, and I'm going to say 1-0 West Ham.
No, reverse.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
It's going to be a grind. I don't think it's going to be. I think it'll be a difficult game. They might just nick it.
Okay.
I could have gone either way on that, but that's where I've gone.
Okay.
All right, let's move on.
We think quite low goal scoring though. That's it's looking that way, isn't it?
I kind of do, but I think Everton will be tight. They'll keep it tight, but
Seems both teams struggling to score goals.
yeah, I've just. I could have gone either way there.
I don't like being the same as Chris though. I'm just going to throw this out there now.
No, but easy. Don't ruin
I
it.
need
He should
to
have
catch-
Hey, but look, top of the league there, and look, all I'm doing, slow and steady, just churning out the results.
Okay.
There's
All
a
right.
rhythm. I've
We'll let
got
this
at
one
the
slide
moment.
then.
Yeah, we struggled with that game. Let's be honest. But I don't know if is this going to be easy for us? Manchester United versus Leicester. Have you been pleased with the way Ruud Van Nistelrooy's been going about his business?
Well, yeah. I mean, I guess this is all. When's the new manager start? Is he in for this?
11th. No, a couple of weeks.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
does that just make things really turbulent, or does it feel like a holiday time for the players? Have either of you been in this position?
Well, no, I think you all know. I've been in a position where someone else is coming in. Yeah, but
Does it put more on the players? Do you think this situation?
I think the way you play now influences what the manager's watching every game, right? He could be watching now. Like now he knows he's got the job. He'll watch every single, and if he's seeing you not putting it in or not working for the current manager, so I think it will have the effect of they'll want to impress him, and it looks as though they have been doing it. I know they've probably have been creating chances under Ten Hag, and now they are taking those chances that they're creating. But I don't think it's a huge accident that there's a huge amount of respect for the manager in charge at the moment, and they've been performing.
How does this situation work? Does the new manager coming in have any communication with the current setup? Like knowing that it is confirmed they're inbound. Do those conversations start? Do you know?
No, yeah, I think there'd be conversations started. I don't think anything to do with about.
But I mean,
about on the pitch.
On the pitch,
No,
yeah.
I wouldn't have thought so.
No, really
I
not?
wouldn't have thought so. I think he'd be studying. He's a 3-4-3 man, isn't he?
Yeah, he plays through.
So he'll be looking, I think what Crouchy said there, he'll be looking at all the players now. I think he'd have a rough idea of his starting 11 of that squad. But I think it's about the players now to get into that team. But I don't think they've pulled up any trees, United. They done well against Leicester, didn't they, in the Cup? I thought it was poor against Chelsea. I thought it was a bit of a boring game. Leicester, I think this is for Leicester. They've got every chance of going there and getting something.
Oh, do you think that? Yeah,
Trafford.
because obviously they have struggled against Manchester United in recent years. Their two wins are obviously against Southampton and Bournemouth so far. You really think they can go there and get a result?
I think, yeah, listen, the Old Trafford is not the fortress that it once was. I don't think Man United are playing great. There's a few players that are lacking confidence. So I think it's a chance for Leicester or any team to go to Old Trafford, let alone who it is, even if they're, as I say, Leicester are struggling to get wins. But I don't think this is a foregone conclusion.
Would you like to go first then? On the results?
Okay. I think Man United can win this.
I knew it. He's shithousing us.
He's done this on every single one.
He's thinking because, you know, if we go, oh, yeah, he's talking sense there, he's going to shithouse us with the Man United win.
Well, you gave your score first last time.
I sucked you in there a little bit.
Yeah, he did. Well,
what
no.
are you saying?
Go on then, I'll go last.
What are you saying?
Me?
Yeah.
I think United dominate this. I think they win it. I think they're comfortable. I think they win it 3-0.
Okay, I'm going 3-1.
Oh. Okay.
It's amazing now. A couple of weeks changes, isn't it?
I think Man U win. Do Leicester score? It's, you see, I've got to start thinking now for 3 points. I can't start thinking about just getting points.
That's all it is.
3-0, 2-1. No, 2-0.
3-1.
3-0,
3-0, 3-1.
Okay. I'm going to go 2-0.
2-0.
To United. I don't see Leicester scoring.
Okay.
No. Okay. 2-0 Man United.
Great. Good luck, gentlemen.
That's it. No other chat. The intensity of these predictions has got so much that there's no afters.
There's a lot at stake now.
No afters, mate.
There's no afters.
There's absolutely no. Like we were watching the games differently now. He's celebrating when Maddison's scoring 4-1. You know, he had no allegiance to Tottenham whatsoever.
None. I purely wanted Tottenham to score because my Villa prediction was so far away, but I just didn't want Sids to get 3 points. It's a horrible way to watch football.
It's a bit harsh, that, isn't
it? It's a curse.
A little bit harsh. You know.
Yeah, but you're not supporting me getting 3 points,
We're a
surely.
team here, Chris. I mean, let's think of the, you know, we are a team.
Got a healthy
here,
lead.
The podcast.
Yeah, but I've got to be ruthless. That's what.
Yeah. Don't get sucked in, man.
I've never been.
I've been so. Right, let's move on, guys.
Okay.
Sid, are you not entertained? I feel like I should throw Chris into this as well. No, it's difficult to entertain him as well. Dylan from Newcastle here. I've tuned into the Friday pod and witnessed a talented Estonian fella playing the Pirates of the Caribbean anthem with his gnashes, which didn't get the nod from Sid's, and I thought that was unbelievable.
It sounds amazing.
It was. He played it on his teeth. The theme tune.
Have you tried that?
No. And I've got. Why do you think I'd be good at that?
Sorry, mate.
Oh, I know. I don't know why you would say that. So I thought I'd send you this and see if I can see if Steve is entertained. Bit of a backstory. This was after Newcastle's loss to Brighton at home a few weeks back. I was gutted with the result, but still find myself in the German bar beer keller in town. Yeah, the beer keller in town, drowning the sorrows. There's a door in there that leads to the bar next door that I stumbled through to find a punch machine. Having watched Isak and Gordon be useless in front of goal all afternoon, I decided this wasn't getting punched and that I did indeed have my shooting boots on. I'll let the video do the talking. I don't connect fully, but the real story is how a fella my size is able to move like this. Enjoy, lads. Cheers, Chumbawambar.
Half imagine what this is going to be like.
It's got to be an overhead kick. Oh! I must have hurt. Great effort, though.
All to the sounds of Pretty Green Eyes as well.
Yeah.
Doesn't get better.
I mean, look, I'm sitting in front of overhead kick royalty here. And that's miles off it, right? That's miles off it.
Bearing in mind, like, obviously, I've trained for the moment that I've scored a few of those. I feel like he could be about 8 pints deep there.
Yeah.
And he's gone for it.
Do you know what? I think everything up until the connection, right, was good.
Was good.
I thought the technique was there, you know, but he's literally just missed. He's nearly missed the ball, wasn't he? He's missed the bag. I mean, I don't really. It doesn't matter what you two because it's irrelevant. That's not for me. That not entertained at all on that bit. Full, you know, praise for trying to give it a go on a night out, but
please the people with him there, but unfortunately not Steve Sidwell, which matters here.
Please, someone entertain Steve Sidwell. Send us in something, anything that will entertain him.
Was you entertained on that? Let's be honest.
I admire the outlandish effort.
Yeah.
I would have given it, if I'd seen it pop on my phone, we would have given it another look, probably. Whereas you would have been ruthless, just scroll.
That's the problem with social media. I feel like it's impacted a lot of these things now because you get so many of them. It needs to be something fantastic to grab your attention. You know, people are doing stuff every day.
getting too desensitized. Back in the day, you just had what's that clip show? The
You've been
You've
framed.
Been Framed. That was it. That was basically it, and you got it on your TV.
Yeah.
Now you go through 100 of them by the time you've had your breakfast,
It's so true. So true.
and there's no money in it.
No, there's no 250 in it, is there?
No, there's not.
Well, unless you're doing them every single day.
Okay, boys. World Cup names. What are we thinking about this? So we've had a few in.
Should we
haven't we
settle it today?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So possible names that's come through. We've had the La Hand Prix.
La Prix.
La Hand Prix.
Nice.
Hands and arms holding the globe aloft and linked to the it's the Grand Prix, isn't it? A great
Yep.
prize.
Was this because we said it looks like a custard fist?
Yeah.
Like if you dipped your whole arm in custard and put it up. Like
so you basically started this, haven't you?
someone said it wasn't custard, by the way. I think there's a technicality on that, but it was from the Three Lions video.
Yeah.
But that's more racing, isn't it? It's a good name.
It's a good name. I don't think it beats what we've got here.
We've got another one. Is this Ubagsy trophy? It's the word using the first letter of all winners to date. Plus everyone wants to Bagsy it. I mean, we could drop the U for Uruguay and just make it Bagsy, but how? So
That is unbelievable.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 7 countries have
Brazil, Argentina, Germany, Spain,
Italy.
Italy,
And then what's the E?
England. England.
Oh yeah.
And
Did you just say what's the E?
No, because I thought it was in order. I thought it was in.
No, he's just
I
made
thought it
up
was
a
going
word.
backwards.
I had no idea. This has blown my mind. That Bagsy makes up all the.
Well, Ubagsy, yeah.
Yeah, but you Bagsy.
I actually wouldn't have said. I actually didn't know that. Would you have said 7? Would you have got the 7 countries that's won the World Cup on the spot?
If you put the
No,
names there,
no
with all
letters.
them, I reckon so. Yeah,
Yeah.
I would have got them, but I reckon I might have thrown another one in that might have won. No, I reckon I'd have got that.
Yeah. Okay, so the one that is currently top of the pile was Mobus Orbitus. Is that right? Which is World in Motion.
Yeah, I do. Listen, Sid, I do love that, right? But that has blown my mind, Bagsy. Right, so I know it's not in keeping with what I was saying, but
The Ubagsy trophy. I think you got to have the U, haven't you? For
I
Uruguay.
think so. I feel like you can't leave Uruguay out,
No, 'cause-
But what I'm saying is, like, when a team wins it,
Bagsy.
like if England do get it, you Bagsy it.
They bagged it.
I quite get it.
I like it.
That is actually.
This is from
At
David.
the start of it, it's like, who Bagsy it? England, if you Bagsy it.
You are right. And you only ever used the word Bagsy for bags in goals when you were running onto a football pitch, right?
Imagine
ends.
it becomes a term. Like we've coined terms on this podcast before, right? Imagine that there's a discussion around a World Cup table. FIFA are going, well, who's Bagsy it?
Yeah.
Spain have Bagsy it this year.
What we need to confirm with that one, we need Denmark to win the next World Cup. Because that would be Ubagsied.
Yeah.
So we're rooting for Denmark.
If Denmark step up to the plate. So what should we say then? Are we going to go with this one? You're a fan of this.
I think that makes
like it.
I love your reasoning.
The
with it.
Bagsy trophy.
Yeah.
It's like you bet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, David, you've won.
You've won the World Cup, literally. I mean,
You Bagsy it.
You've renamed it. What is now the Ubagsy trophy.
This is the Ubagsy trophy, and we're going to sign this, guys, I believe, and send this out to David. Yeah.
Send this to David. Well done, mate. You Bagsied it. Okay, got another message here. Hi, gents. Isn't football shirt related, and I didn't get a picture. However, I attend Melbourne City games and most recently went to Melbourne City versus Melbourne Victory. I'm standing near an aisle and I see a woman walk up with a black bucket hat and blue writing that says, I'm peace. I thought that's an odd thing to put on a bucket hat. 15 minutes later, I see a bloke walk up the aisle and he has a matching bucket hat. Only his says, I come in peace.
Oh, God.
I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Anyway, keep up the good work. Lads, Nathan. So I've read that before I've read it. Now I regret reading it. I can't take that back.
No.
Thoughts?
I mean,
We're analysing it?
No. No, perhaps not.
I mean, I'd love to see a picture of her. No joke.
I just what I'm going to do with that is, I just think if I take Ab to a football match and say I've got bought these bucket hats here, babe, What do you think about putting these on? Don't know where it goes from no, absolutely not, you complete imbecile, to it actually happening.
I mean, I'm not calling anyone a liar, but is this true?
I think it might be.
I don't know. It's a weird thing to do as a couple.
We've got levels on this pod.
Yeah, but it's just it's like, I guess it's just a bit of a laugh, isn't it? But odd thing to go out as a couple.
Yeah, maybe. But you know, it's
their own.
It's an icebreaker.
Each their own, and you know, they come in peace. It's a nice thing, actually, on the face of it.
Lovely, yeah. Actually, it's a nice message for everyone. All right, let's finish on the hand of pod. It's gone off the scale, lads. I saw it recently on the on a plane coming back from Madrid. Obviously, having it been at the Bernabeu at the Atletico's stadium at the Ballon d'Or events next to the Ballon d'Or. It's had some trip. But this message from Kieran, he said, I thought I would come back with a great idea for the Hand of Pod. I've been away, given some time off work, and I'm thinking, how can I spend my time wisely? Here's the plan. I was thinking, wouldn't it be great to take the Hand of Pod on a European tour to find its home? I will visit the finest establishments that Europe has to offer, all in the goal to find the mannequin with the missing hand. I will provide a breakdown on venue, entertainment, clientele, and anything else you would like to know. Feel like this could be bulked out a bit, but plan seems to have legs. Either way, Chumbawambar back stronger, and I look forward to being ghosted again. Thanks, Kieran. We haven't been ghosted this time, Kieran. We're actually keen to do this.
Trip around Europe, that's amazing. That's the whole point of this thing. Do need to clear something up, Kieran. It's not, when Sid started this, it's not that he's been chopping the hands off mannequins. There isn't a mannequin out there, as far as I understand it anyway, without a hand. It's not a Cinderella situation. Kieran's not going to be able to attach his hand to a mannequin.
No. This is a hand that replicates a story that there is a mannequin with a missing hand. It was carefully unscrewed, and I took it from that venue, that establishment. I think we could kind of see or get a gist of where that establishment was.
Yeah.
Dead keen for our viewers to go and find these establishments and try and rekindle hands with mannequins. Just be careful doing it.
But we are going to put some more out there for people to, and I think we could potentially send one to Kieran. He's come up with a plan that
I like it.
We love this plan, and if you want to send in plans of what you can do with them, we will send them out to you. So Kieran, expect a hand soon.
Well, we wanted imagination with this, and I think Kieran sounds like he's got this in abundance. So Ross, I think we should get one out first class post tomorrow, please.
Yeah, okay, fantastic. All right, lads, well, listen, good luck with all the results this week. I don't mean that, obviously, but I hope you get fucked, to be honest.
Should we have a bit more chat in the WhatsApp group as well? Like, when I went in there, a couple of messages, just spark a bit of conversation. There was absolutely nothing.
Well, I had fuck these predictions ran over. That was my latest message.
Also, that was the only message. And also, just on the quick bit of admin, when we put the predictions up, they go up on Instagram. So there's a little post there so people can screen grab it or play along, like keep an eye on the predictions, give us a bit of stick, whatever. The picture on there, for me, you two seem to have these quite glossy, they're like photos, like player photos almost. I look like Quasimodo.
Yeah, you're not happy with yours.
I don't know maybe I'm tempting fate by asking, but is it possible to switch up?
I actually think, I know what you're going to say here, it's worked for him so far, isn't it?
I'm just saying, if you're top of the league, right, you go changing things?
Let him change it.
Ross, get it changed this week.
Right. Keep at this. Quasimodo's fine. Quasi's fine. Yeah,
is that confirmation that you still want Quasimodo?
Yeah, I've done a complete Yui here. I'm going to stick with the pictures.
We're in his head this week.
Too easy.
We're in his head this week.
You're right, though.
All right. We'll see you next time.